What's up, y'all? Brandon with BC Talks here. And after months of casting rumors and shortlist speculation, we finally got the official casting for Superman and Lois Lane in James Gunn's new Superman Legacy movie, which is set to release in July of 2025. Superman will be played by David Corenswet, and Rachel Brosnahan will be playing Lois Lane. Now, I ain't gonna hold y'all, I have not seen either of these actors' performances before, but Rachel Brosnahan is the more well known of the two, and she was actually pretty much the consensus fan favorite for Lois Lane once the short list of about three or four actresses was officially rumored. Now, Rachel Brosnahan's claim to fame was on Netflix's popular long running series House of Cards, but she is most well known for her role in Amazon's long running series The Marvelous Miss Maisel, for which she has also received many, many awards for her work in that as well. So, again, she is the more well known of the two. David Corenswet starred in a Netflix project called The Politician, as well as an A24 movie called Pearl, that was a horror movie, and then another movie called Hollywood, and I believe he also developed a comedy sketch web series as well. So again, David Cornsweet, he's not as well known, but honestly, I think that works in his favor as the for the portrayal of Superman, because you don't really want a really big, well-known actor to play Superman. For one, they're gonna have to follow in the footsteps of Henry Cavill, who is pretty much a very well received Superman. He's one of a lot of people's favorite Superman. A lot of people, it's either Christopher Reeve or Henry Cavill in a lot of people's minds as the best Superman. And he's a lot of fan. He's a fan favorite in the comic book and superhero community. And so, following in his footsteps, especially if it's a very well-known actor, that's just a lot of pressure for them. It's still a lot of pressure for a new actor, but getting a new, fresh face in there, it kind of helps you to not compare them as much to Henry Cavill, and lets them bring their own fresh take on it. And you're not going to be looking at them and saying, this is so and so. Like when, for example, when Will Smith played the genie, I thought that was a good take on the genie, but you're thinking the whole time, this is very obviously Will Smith playing the genie. You don't want to go, this is so and so playing Superman. You want to say, this is Superman. So I think it's a pretty good choice for James Gunn to choose someone a little bit lesser known to play Superman. Now, I've got a couple reading recommendations for y'all. Superman, in the eyes of kind of the mainstream knowledge of Superman, anyway, a lot of the times he's seen or described by a lot of people as the big blue Boy Scout, and kind of like a boring one-dimensional character. A lot of people still have like the mindset of the 1940s golden age Superman, but where he wasn't really a well fleshed out character. But anyone that actually reads comics or is familiar with the character of Superman, they know that that couldn't be farther from the truth. Superman is a very interesting multi-layered character, and I've said this before, but Superman, when written well, can be used as a character study on humanity, basically the human condition and what it means to be human. The best Superman stories are really an exploration of that topic. And so I've got two in the back for you, two reading recommendations for anyone that thinks, Superman is a very interesting character or is looking to get into Superman to prepare for the movie. This one is All Star Superman. It's written by Grant Morrison with art by Frank Quietly. Both are pretty much goats in the comic book industry. Now, James Gunn, when he announced that he was the writing and directing the Superman movie on Twitter he used the cover, as you can see there, the cover of this comic on Twitter. So a lot of people um, believe that he might be adapting some of the stories from this into the screenplay of the movie. But even if he's not, I think it's still a good read. All Star Superman is a really great character study of what it means to be Superman, as I said before, like the best Superman stories are. And there's a panel that goes around every so often of Superman talking with this girl that is on the top of the ledge of a building, and she's thinking about committing suicide. It's a really moving panel, and a great, kind of short story about Superman. It goes around every once in a while. I suspect it'll be going around here pretty soon again, since Superman was cast here. But that panel is actually from All Star Superman. And even if you don't read the entire All Star Superman run, I would suggest you look for that panel if you just search up Superman, um, and girl committing suicide. You should probably be able to find it pretty easily online. I would suggest you read those few panels if you don't, even if you don't read the entire All Star Superman. But even though I think you should, read those few panels if you think Superman is not a fascinating character, because it's really well written. Now, the second reading recommendation I have for y'all is A Superman for All Seasons. This one is written by Jeff Loeb with art by Tim Sale. Again, two more really great figures in the comic book industry. This is another one that is a really great. It's a more cohesive story than All Star Superman. All Star Superman's kind of like um, stories, a bunch of stories about what it means to be Superman. All Star or Superman for All Seasons is a more cohesive kind of story, but again, it's a really great character study of Clark Kent and Superman. So this is another one that I recommend for anyone to read that wants to get into Superman, or thinks Superman is this boring character. So now that we have our Superman and Lois Lane for James Gunn's Superman Legacy movie, which again is set to release in July of 2025, next up is going to be who will play Lex Luthor, the very popular Superman villain. There are a lot of rumors that have been going around the past few months that Nicholas Hoult is up for that role. He's in the lead for that role, and I really hope that he does play Lex Luthor. I think that he has a sort of darkness to him and confidence that would make for a really interesting portrayal of Lex Luthor. But let me know down in the comments below what y'all think of the casting of David Corenswet and Rachel Brosnahan as Superman and Lois Lane in the new James Gunn Superman Legacy movie. Are you looking forward to the new DCU? The Flash just came out, and that was sort of unofficial wrap up of the DCU, even though the Blue Beetle movie and the Aquaman movie, which will be coming out later this year, are still technically in the DCEU. But the first actual DCU James Gunn movie is going to be Superman Legacy in 2025. Let me know down in the comments below what y'all think of this casting, and if you're looking forward to the movie, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more comic book related talk, and I will see y'all another day.